I want to share with you a lesson I learned chasing the cheapest silver. I ordered a random 1 ounce silver coin from SD Bullion, thinking I'd get something cool like a buffalo or something similar, and the price was good, just a hair over spot. However, to my disappointment, the coin I got was this 2025 Merry Christmas silver round. 1 troy ounce of 0.999 fine silver, and the same metal as anything else in my stack, but I really don't like the design. And that mistake got me thinking, because the difference between a smart silver purchase and a dumb one often comes down to one thing. How much over spot you paid, that's the premium, and most stackers, especially when they're starting out, don't pay nearly enough attention to it. So today I want to walk you through the coins I actually own and rank them by how much premium you're typically going to be paying. I'll tell you which ones I actually recommend if you're trying to get the most silver for your money. A quick baseline for anyone new here, silver has a spot price, and that's a live market price for raw silver. You can look that up online at APMEX or anywhere else. But you're never going to buy a silver coin at spot price. Every coin has a premium on top of that. That's what covers the cost of refining, minting, distribution, and dealer markup. The question is, how much of a premium is reasonable, and which coins give you the most silver for the least extra cost? I'm going to go through the coins in my own stack from lowest premium to highest and give you my take on each one. Alright, Tier 1, generic rounds. At the bottom of the premium ladder, you've got generic rounds. This here is a buffalo round, has no mint mark, no government backing, just a private mint pressing silver into a coin shape. These typically come in the lowest over spot of anything you'll find. We're talking maybe $1 or $2 over spot, sometimes less. The trade-off is liquidity and recognizability. A coin dealer will buy these back, but they might be a little more skeptical. They'll want to test it, weigh it, and verify it more thoroughly than government coins, which have an implicit trust premium that the generic rounds do not. For pure stacking, just accumulating ounces of silver as cheaply as possible, generic rounds make a lot of sense. And I have some in my stack just for that reason. Before we go on, a little cautionary tale about generic rounds gone wrong. Like I said in the intro, here's where my Christmas round comes in. Not all generic rounds are priced the same. A plain buffalo design from a reputable private mint, low premium, easy to resell, and usually recognized by dealers. A holiday themed round with a limited edition design, dealers might not want it at a premium, so if I try and sell this, I'm selling it as raw silver by weight and not as a coin that anybody wants to collect. And yet, these rounds often get marketed and priced like they have some collectible value, so you end up paying more than a plain round. And getting less resale flexibility, it's the worst of both worlds. So the lesson here is if you're buying generic rounds for the low premium, buy the boring designs like a buffalo, a bar, a simple eagle, and skip the novelty stuff. Alright, next up, let's get in the world mint coins. This is the sweet spot. Here's what I'd call world mint coins. Government issued coins from major mints around the world. These carry a little more premium than generics, but you get real benefits in return. So for example, the Canadian Maple Leaf is probably the most recognized silver coin in the world after the eagle, the highest purity of any major government coin, and the Royal Canadian Mint has been producing these since 1988. The premium is typically modest, just a few dollars over spot, usually less than eagles, and dealers love them. They're easy to resell, and the purity is a genuine selling point if you care about that. Alright, next up, the British Britannia. This is one of my favorites in my stack. I even got an older 2009 version and some of the modern ones. The design changed significantly over the years, and the modern versions are very beautiful coins and some of my favorite world coins. They have the best security features of all these government coins, and the premiums tend to be just a little bit more than maples, depending on the dealer and what's in stock. They're legal tender in the UK, government backed, and widely recognized, a very solid choice. Next up, we got the Australian Kangaroo. The Perth Mint in Australia makes some of the most respected bullion coins in the world. The Kangaroo is their flagship silver coin with 0.999 fine silver, government backed, and the design actually changes a little bit every year, which makes them interesting from a collector standpoint too. The premiums are in a similar range to Maples and Britannias. The Perth Mint has a strong reputation for quality, and their coins are easy to move. Another good one is the Austrian Philharmonic. This one's interesting because it's a euro-denominated legal tender, it's technically a 1.5 euro coin, which is funny when you think about the silver content being worth many times that. The design is elegant, musical instruments from the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, very popular in Europe, and the premiums tend to be reasonable. In the US, you'll sometimes see these priced significantly higher, simply because they're less common here, but you can pick them up sometimes at a good price, and they're a good coin. And then finally, the silver Krugerrand. It's one of the most iconic coins in the world. Most people know the gold coin because it was the first bullion coin ever produced for the general public back in 1967. And the silver version only just started in 2017. One thing that stands out with silver Krugerrand is that it's 0.999 fine silver, but it has a slightly different look than most silver coins. There's a warm, almost golden toning to it from the minting process. I think it's a really underrated coin, and I did not expect to like it as much as I do. And then there's the American Silver Eagle. I recently did a whole video on why eagles cost more than every other silver coin, and it's actually one of my better performing channels. So if you want a deep dive, I'll link that, but here's the short version. Eagles carry a significantly higher premium than world mint coins. We're talking roughly 2 to 3 times the premiums of Maple Leafs or Britannias, depending on when and where you buy. The US Mint charges an authorized dealer premiums, dealer markup from there, and you end up paying a lot over spot for the same ounce of silver. So why does anybody buy these? For a few reasons. They're the most recognizable silver coin in the United States. Dealers will buy them back easily. They're 0.999 fine, government backed, and they look great. There's also a domestic demand premium. American buyers just know and trust the Eagles. But if you are purely trying to maximize the silver you own per dollar spent, Eagles are the most expensive way to do it. You're paying for the name and the liquidity. I have a decent amount of Eagles in my stack, and I'm not saying don't buy them. I'm just saying understand what you're paying for when you buy the Eagles. So if I'm giving you a practical buying guide, here's how I would think about it. If you want the absolute cheapest ounces, plain generic rounds from a repeatable private mint, boring buffalo designs, nothing seasonal or novelty, and you will get the lowest premium, and you could always upgrade later. If you're looking for the sweet spot of low premium plus real liquidity, Maple Leafs, Britannias, Kangaroos, Philharmonics, or even silver Krugerrands, any of these will serve you well. I'd pick based on what's the cheapest at the time you're buying, and as always, check findbullionprices.com to compare prices live. If you want maximum US liquidity and you don't mind paying for it, then Eagles. They are the premium option. Just know what you're paying. And whatever you do, skip the holiday rounds. I have one that says Merry Christmas, and it's probably the hardest coin in my stack to get rid of, so learn from my mistake. If you're newer to stacking and you want to know why some of these premiums exist in the first place, I've gotten a video on exactly that, called Why American Silver Eagles Cost More Than Every Other Coin. And I'll add a link to it at the end of this. So if you found this useful, please subscribe. I put out videos on building precious metals positions the right way, without overpaying and without getting caught up in the hype. Thanks for watching.